Hello, lovely people. I'm very happy you took a few minutes to yourself to watch this little video I'm making for you. First, shortly, I will just say a few words for myself. My name is Zlatina Hristova, and I am an aesthetic coach and instructor of Neurographics. I don't know if you've heard before about this unique new art method. It has been actually developed about 6 years ago from Russian psychologist named Pavel Piskarev. It's an actual very powerful art method which is created to support our daily life tasks and to solve problems, to organize our emotions. It's really amazing how many techniques and algorithms is included in this enormous method. But here's the good part: it's very easy to use it once you learn the basics. And actually right now I'm really happy to share a few minutes of my time with you and show you small steps and basics. Have a look. I'm taking my paper and simple markers and some colors, as well some pencils as well. And now I'm ready to show you a bit of neurographics in action. I need to be more specific, maybe. Shortly I'll just say I'm now going to paint about my time, how grateful I am that I have time, and how much is to appreciate it. And here we go, we start. First, I feel I need to paint a little circle, and you should be aware, here we don't need special tools, we don't need to have special knowledge in painting, so don't need to worry if this circle it didn't come perfect. That's not the main point here in this drawing. It's different, and this for me is how precious my time is. You see, in neurographics we've got one line which is called neuroline. It's Piskarev's line as well. It's also known as Piskarev's line. It's a line which is not repeating itself anywhere on its path. It looks like you know, those rivers on the maps, for example. It's a very interesting line. It's not a spontaneous painting, as you can see. It's very simple, but in a minute, if you try and if you decide to take your own couple of minutes for yourself and get yourself some paper and marker pens or any pens, you'll experience it yourself. There you go. As you can see, they're very smooth lines. There are no sharps except of where the lines are being crossed. Here we've got a little trick. We need to make them smooth, and we do it this way. As because if you have not tried before, Neurographics is very, very important not to leave any sharp angles. Very, very important is to take the time and do your best. Make them smooth, and also very, very important is to keep following what's happening in your mind while doing it. I don't know if you see well, but I do hope so. It will be really interesting for me if you really do decide to try doing it yourself, now or later when you see this video. Please send me a message or somehow let me know about how you feel, how you felt before you start, and how you felt afterwards when you have done some work. It's very important to have smooth lines with no dots or sharp shapes. You see, like this, it's needed to be made like a part of a little circle. When I'm doing a course, neurographical course, this is where and when I'll be explaining everything about this. So if you are interested, don't hesitate to send me an email or a message via Facebook to discuss the details and the time which is good for you. Please let me know if you can, obviously, if you think about any theme that you're really longing to solve in your life in the moment. Please share it with me, and I'll do my best to discuss it with you somehow in the following videos, which I'll be making soon. You see how everything needs to go smooth. Don't forget to drink fresh water. There you go. And breathe. Sometimes you may feel actually not very comfortable. You may feel discomfort in yourself, but don't give up. The truth is, this is good. Maybe you don't believe me right now, but trust me, don't give up. There you go. Feel free to ask questions, but most importantly, notice your feelings while you decide to paint neurographics. As this is not just painting because you want to paint something. This is not like you're going to be expecting to get, for example, landscape or a simple vase. It's a very, very different type of drawing. This is, you're basically drawing. Right now I'm actually drawing my thoughts and my emotions in regards of having the freedom to be myself, to have the time which I enjoy so much right now, doing the things I love, being with people I love, being present here, appreciating myself and my time. And you can write down these thoughts on this sheet of paper where you're actually drawing now, or you can do that by putting numbers. For example, this was my first figure, that was the circle, and on the side I can just take a piece of paper and write down that this for me is thank you, Zlati. That's because I need to remember and see it and feel it much stronger, that I am grateful for all my time that I have in this life. For example, this here, which I'm doing right now, this is my decisions, all the right decisions that I've taken in my life. I'm so grateful I did. And I'm going to put a number 2. So I don't know if it's understandable so far for you, but please comment or send messages, ask questions. If something is confusing, I'll gladly explain it again. Right now this is just a demo, it's not a course, but I'm giving you an idea of what is all about here. So here is 2, my decisions. There you go. Also, I missed saying, if anything happens, like phone ring or someone very important has called you in the meanwhile, while you're doing this neurographical drawing, please note it. I mean, You can also use another paper to take a note. Sometimes people say that while they're drawing, they receive very, very important phone calls, for example, from people who didn't see or talk to in a very long time ago. So it's really important to notice all the changes which are going to be apart from your life in a few coming days afterwards you've been drawing. Also, I can recommend you to write them down too, because this is how you will actually see it happening. Now, I'm not going to keep on discussing too much. I don't want to confuse you, so I'm just going to make it quick and easy for you. There you go. Don't forget to drink water and to breathe. Very, very important is that. And as you can see, I keep soften the sharp parts which are being formed here on my paper. I'll recommend you, if you have choice, don't use the thin paper you have for printing. Use slightly thicker one, like 160 grams minimum, I recommend. But you know, anything you have is fine. Especially if you try for first time. I feel so much better now. I see it all working in a different way. I feel myself so much different. These, my friends, are the neuron sets. There you go. Our new neuron connections we just create. Now, the coloring. Quick and easy. We just try to use the colors which are intuitively chosen by us. Don't think too much about the colors. This is so pleasing for me. So pleasing. I love colors. Something in my blood, I think. And another thing I miss saying is don't look for hearts or anything like figures to make. That's not the main point. There's only one rule with coloring is just make in the same color two neighboring figures, which means not just one figure, one, which is this is one figure, so make it like at least two, minimum two. What better time to be grateful than Christmas? Well, we should be grateful every day, any time of the year, any time of the day, but somehow now, during Christmas holidays, it's time to rethink again a few things. Don't you think so? Right. White is also a color. I really enjoy having some whites here and there. It gives me a sense of the feeling of more space. But as I said, colors should be chosen totally by your intuition. Don't look what I'm doing exactly with coloring. The main point, the main things were before I started coloring, while I was still using the black pen. There are 9 algorithms and many techniques in neurographics. If you are interested, please don't hesitate to ask questions, register on email artacompass.com, just via sending an email, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. As you can see here, I missed to fix these angles here, but the good part is that I saw it before and I fixed it. This is something normal. It may happen to you. No need to worry. You can always paint more and recreate something on your drawing. So maybe even after a week or 6 months or whatever, it's good to collect your works, and at the back of the paper I recommend you to put a date when you draw it, and I recommend you to put the actual theme. What in that day was that important to make you to paint? It's very, very important not to forget, because after sometimes when things work and you actually have real result, excuse me, you can see, you can really see and measure the result, you know. Because, for example, if you start more often drawing neurographics, at one point you have so many, you will not, it's impossible to remember which one is being done when, or with what purpose, on what theme you started to paint, you know. Excuse my language. My native language is Bulgarian. I'm originally from Bulgaria, but I'm doing my best and practicing some English with you here. I hope you're enjoying the video, and as I said before, please do contact me if you have more questions and if you need some info more. As you can see, I can also use the color on the top of the other color. In this drawing, you don't need special knowledge in how to paint as a fine artist, I'm sure, but you know, anyway, some of your hidden talents will be unlocked. With the help of Neurographics painting. So, shortly, thank you very much for your time. That's my ready Neurographics. I wish you a very, very nice and happy day, and see you next time. Bye bye, take care.